Good morning, students. Today we are starting the third chapter of civics, that is the state government. So students, we already know that the government work at three levels: central, state and local. In class 6 you have studied about the local government. In class 7th we will study about the state government, and in class 8 you will study about central government. So let's start with the chapter. So students, do you know what is federal form of government? Federal form of government means that there are at least two levels of governance in that country. There can be even more, but the entire power is not concentrated with one government. All levels of governance will govern the same citizen, but their jurisdiction will be different. This means that each level of government will have specific power to form laws, rules and regulation and execute these laws. The Constitution of India clearly defines the structure, power and function of a state government. If we talk about India, in India we can describe federalism as a distribution of authority around local, national and state government. So now let's talk about state government organs. State government has three organs: the legislature, the executive and the judiciary. In this video we will discuss the legislature. So let's talk about state legislature. In India, every state has a legislature or a body called Vidhan Sabha or Legislative Assembly. Now what is the role of these bodies? They make laws. Okay. Now most of the states in India are unicameral. Now what is unicameral? It means they are having only one body, that is Vidhan Sabha. But there are some exceptions. Some states like Maharashtra, Karnataka, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh have legislative council or a Vidhan Sabha also in addition to the legislative assembly. Means in bicameral states they are having legislative assembly also and legislative council also. They are having Vidhan Sabha also and they are having Vidhan Parishad also. Okay, still having doubt? Let's clear it with some more. Okay, in India, every state has legislature or a body. Some are unicameral and some are bicameral. So, which states are unicameral? States which are only having Vidhan Sabha are known as unicameral, and the states which are having Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad, both they are known as bicameral, and the members of Vidhan Sabha will be known as MLA, and the members of Vidhan Parishad will be known as MLC, which means MLA means Minister of Legislative Assembly and MLC means Minister of Legislative Council. Is it clear now? So now move forward. Now let's discuss about the composition of the state legislative. We will discuss about Legislative Assembly or Vidhan Sabha first. Now the question arises, how many members will be there in Vidhan Sabha? So the answer is, the number of members will depend upon the population of that particular state. For example, the population of Uttar Pradesh is around 23 crore and the population of Nagaland is around 20 lakhs. So the number of members in Vidhan Sabha of Uttar Pradesh will be more as compared to the number of members in Nagaland, because the population of Uttar Pradesh is more than the Nagaland. Now the second point is, member of the legislative can directly elected by the people through elections. But again the question is, how they will select the representative? For that, what they have done, they have divided the state into area called constituencies, and one representative from each constituency will be elected, and that member will be called as MLA. Right. Now the minimum number of Vidhan Sabha should be 60. There should be at least 60 members in the Vidhan Sabha and maximum number should not exceed 500. Okay. However, the states of Goa, Mizoram, Nagaland and Sikkim can have less than 60 members. Now, some seats are reserved for SC and ST also. And governor can nominate members of Anglo-Indian community if it does not have enough members. Now, what is Anglo-Indian community? An Indian who was born in British or whose ancestors were British is known as Anglo-Indian. Now, party having majority of seat will win the election and will be called as ruling party, and the others are opposition party that you all know. Now let's move to Legislative Council or Vidhan Parishad. Vidhan Parishad is a permanent body operating at the state level. Council can be passed or abolished when the Legislative Assembly passes a special resolution in this regard. The members of the council should not exceed 1/3 of the total member of the assembly of the concerned state. Now let's talk about the composition of the Legislative Council. So 1/3 by the members of the Legislative Assembly, 1/3 by the members of the local bodies, 1/12 by the teachers who have taught in secondary school in the state, and 1/12 by the graduates of any university in India who have graduated with at least 3 years standing, and 1/6 by the members who are famous people in the field of art, literature and science nominated by the governor of the state. Now let's talk about the qualification for the membership of the state legislature. He must be the citizen of India. He must be at least 25 years of age for the Vidhan Sabha and 30 years of age for Vidhan Parishad. He must be a registered voter in that state. He must not hold any office of profit under the government of India. He must not be mentally unsound or have been proclaimed a criminal by the laws of the state. Now let's talk about the duration of the state legislature. The members of the Legislative Assembly are elected through elections for a period of 5 years. But the governor can dissolve the assembly before 5 years under special circumstances. Now let's talk about Vidhan Parishad. The Vidhan Parishad is a permanent house. It can never be dissolved. Members are elected for a period of 6 years. And 1/3 of the members retire every 2 years, and only those positions are filled through elections. Now let's talk about the function of the state legislature. The state legislature has many functions, but the most important function is to make law. The second important function is to take decision about the finances of the state, since the money is collected from the people as taxes. The third important function is they elect the members of the Rajya Sabha and 1/3 of the member of the Legislative Council. Now Vidhan Sabha proceedings are presided by an elected member and a deputy speaker. Vidhan Sabha proceedings are conducted by the chairman. So students, now let's see the difference between the Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad. Vidhan Sabha is the lower house of the state legislature, which represent the people of the state. Vidhan Parishad is the upper house of the state legislature, whose members are partly elected and partly nominated. Maximum number of seats in Vidhan Sabha is 500 and maximum number of seats in Vidhan Parishad is 1/3 of the member of Vidhan Sabha. Minimum number of seat in Vidhan Sabha is 60 and minimum number of seat in Vidhan Parishad is 40. Members of the Vidhan Sabha are called as MLA, Minister of Legislative Assembly, and Minister of Legislative Councils are the members of Vidhan Parishad, that is MLC. The member of the Legislative Assembly are elected through elections for a period of 5 years. The members of Vidhan Sabha are elected for a period of 6 years. Members of Vidhan Sabha are elected by people directly. Members of Vidhan Parishad are elected indirectly. Now, Vidhan Sabha is the temporary body. Under certain special circumstances, the governor might dissolve the assembly. Now, Vidhan Parishad is a permanent body. It can never be dissolved. The age limit for the members of Vidhan Sabha is 25 years. The age limit for the member of Vidhan Parishad is 30 years. The proceedings of the Vidhan Sabha are presided over by an elected speaker and a deputy speaker. The proceedings of the Vidhan Parishad are presided or conducted by the chairman, who is elected by the members. So students, the rest of the chapter we will discuss in another video. Thank you.